Well, hello and welcome. I am Frank Zafiro, a contributor to the Writers Crushing COVID charity anthology. And my particular contribution was an essay called The R Word. But I'm not going to read from that because I think it's best experienced cold and not in small pieces. But what I am going to read from is a few pages from a novel I wrote with Lawrence Kelter, a name you'll probably recognize, called Fallen City. And this is set in the late 80s and early 90s in New York. And it follows an assistant district attorney, Frank Corda, as he sets up a task force. Did I say that right? A task force to deal with the emerging crack cocaine trade that's being led by the Dominicans in that particular region. This scene is early in the book as Corda is trying to convince a narcotics sergeant to be his tactical lead for this task force. And so we pick it up at the station house in the precinct coffee room where Corda is giving him his pitch. And I think you'll see, if you watch this and then read my essay, or vice versa, you'll see the subtle tie-ins to the subject matter. All right, here we go. Eventually, Aviani took a seat kitty-corner to Corda as he listened. Once Corda outlined the broad strokes, Aviani started asking him about the finer details. I don't know most of that yet, Mike. Meaning what? That someone hasn't decided yet? Meaning that I haven't decided yet? Meaning that I need your help deciding on the things in your wheelhouse? Aviani scratched the stubble on his cheek, then glanced at his fingers as if noticing for the first time that day that he was unshaven. Then he sighed. It's going to be tough. I know. The Dominicans are ruthless. No shit. But I wasn't even getting to them yet. Just putting together this team is not going to be easy. Most guys don't want to be in the spotlight like this. Oh, come on. The one thing I know from my time here is that cops love attention. They love getting their picture in the paper, even if it isn't for something good. But especially if it's some kind of hero storyline. That's what we're talking about here. No, it isn't, Aviani argued. What you're talking about here is a task force with a mission. And if that mission fails, it's a giant shit sandwich for every one of my guys. It's a career killer. NYPD doesn't have a mission? We got a mission statement up on a wall somewhere, written by some white-shirt administrator who forgot how to be a cop, if he ever really was one. It's about a page long. You'd like it, probably. Real lawyerly stuff in it. But no cops know what's in it unless they're studying for a promotion. Fine, Corda conceded. But what about day-to-day? What about it? Day-to-day, we slug it out. We catch bad guys and pump them into the system. Our mission is to crush crime in New York, but that is basically like trying to empty the East River with a fucking spoon. Best that we can do is chip away at it. Corda frowned. So why are we even here? Any of us. We're like the little Dutch boy with our fingers in the dike. We keep the whole system from crashing down. But we ain't ever gonna fix it, Frank. Don't sell yourself on that fairy tale. You're depressing me. Corda took another sip of the coffee and grimaced. Ugh. Those shoes that cat shit into? Serious athlete's feet, that guy. Aviani shook his head, ignoring the joke. See, Frank, you can talk like us. Or at least try to. And you can work with us, and we can get along, even though you're a righteous prick about small details. But I don't think you'll ever understand us. No, huh? Nope. Because you think you're offering me and my guys a chance at glory, but you're not. You're offering us a chance to get fucked. That's how you see it. That's how it is. Look, my guys make a great case right now. What do they get? A pat on the back, maybe a little bit of that hero FaceTime in the newspaper you were talking about. If it's a great pinch. But what happens when days and days go by and they don't catch the king of dope? Corda shrugged. You tell me. I will. Nothing happens, counselor. Nothing. No heads roll, no career stall. See, that's what you're offering. High risk, low reward. Right now, we got low risk, low reward. See what I'm saying? Corda mulled it over, even taking another sip of the coffee while he thought. Aviani waited patiently. That patience was a trait that Corda admired in him, and he knew it was one that made the man a good cop. Finally, Corda held up the giant's cup. Kind of grows on you, doesn't it? Like fucking cancer, Aviani agreed. We done? No. Corda set the cup down. Listen, Mike, I need a guy like you for this. I need you because you know who else to pick for this team. I need good detectives, ones who are smart and aggressive, but still play within the foul lines. You want some leprechauns and unicorns too? You give me that jaded, cynical bit, but I know you're already thinking of names. No, I'm not. You are, because you know what I'm offering here. And it's not a shit sandwich like you said. It's something better. Something important. Yeah, huh? Yes. It's a chance to make a real difference. Aviani smiled knowingly. With that speech, Frank, you ought to do really well when you go recruiting at the Boy Scout troop after this. Kind of screwed that up. Let's try that again. Aviani smiled knowingly. With that speech, Frank, you ought to do really well when you go recruiting at the Boy Scouts troop after this. Bullshit. You and every one of your men came on the job to make a difference. And now you're feeling like you're trying to spoon the East River dry? Well, here's a chance to actually do something big. These people, these Dominican gangs, are destroying neighborhoods, Mike. Look what's happened to Washington Heights. Remember what that used to be like? And now it's like Beirut. We can change that. Aviani didn't reply. He seemed to consider Corda's words for a long while. Then he let out a long sigh. All right, you son of a bitch. I'm in. I'll stop there. That's just a brief snippet. This issue of trying to spoon out the East River and the difficult job that the police are asked to do every day, and how that fits into the greater society, I think is a fitting one for what we have going on in the world today. And it also speaks to resilience. And so that is the R word in my essay. I hope you read it. I hope it resonates with you, another R word. Because in these times with the COVID-19 situation, which was what I was thinking about initially when I wrote the essay, and the social difficulties that we're encountering, the social change, and change can always be painful, but it's almost inevitably for the good. All of this requires a deal of resilience, great deal of resilience amongst our people. And we all are one people. So I guess I'll just close by saying thanks for listening to a snippet from Fallen City that I wrote with Lawrence Kelter. Thanks for supporting Writers Crush at COVID-19, the anthology that he edited and invited me to be part of. And please be well, be kind to each other, and I think if we stick together, we can get through this and maybe erase a little bit of the polarity that seems to be all the rage today in the United States of America. Thank you and good night.